what you're going to do is just go to your home page in flat, go to new score. All right, this is scales work. The instrument I want you to use for this is just keyboard. We're keeping it very simple, basic. Okay. Now for the first scale, what I asked you to do is do half notes. So see up here, it says half notes. And then you're going to go to the pitch F. Okay. There we go. We created an F. Now here you can actually use the arrow keys on your keypad to go back and forth, and then you can literally just hit G. Oh, sorry, we're supposed to be doing it by half step, whole step. Okay, so F up a whole step is G. G up a whole step is A. Okay, now up a whole step, up a half step. So we go whole, whole. Now we need to go a half step. Up a half step from A is B flat. So if I hit B, that's the wrong note. That's just B. So I have to hit a B, but then I have to go up here and hit flat. There we go. Now it's a B flat. So we did whole, whole, half. Now we need another whole step. Whole step up from B flat is C. Another whole step up from C is D. Another whole step up from D is E. And finally, we end with a half step. Half step up from E is F. There we go. So, what did I just do? Sorry. Don't slide to the left on your mouse track pad. And then I want you to do the same thing in the bass clef, okay? So you're going to go F. Whoops, it's supposed to be a half note. So half note, okay? And then we just went G. Why are those not half notes? Half note. A. Okay. Now we got to go back to this B. Remember, we got to make it a B flat. Okay. Now I want you to play it and hear what it sounds like. Okay, so that's going to be our F major scale. Now, then there's a whole bunch of other scales I want you to do on your own. Again, going up whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Then there's a couple scales that I ask you to do the key signature. So we're going to click on whatever measure is the next measure you have, ready, or you can even just highlight the whole thing, whatever. But just make sure you're not back over here. Okay, so we're in this new measure, whatever the next measure is. We're going to go to measure, and then that one is the key signature tab. And I think the first one I asked you to do is D flat, and D flat has 5 flats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just click on that. Now, what's great about this is I said D flat, right? So I'm going to go back to notes. I'm doing half notes, and I'm going to start on a D. I don't need to put the flat because it's already in what's called the key signature. This key signature means these flats apply to the whole row, the whole measure, and even the next measure, and the next measure, and the next measure. So now I just go D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Okay, and if we look at that, it looks like it's just D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. But actually in the key signature, we have 5 flats, and those flats are B flat. Notice it's on the B line. E flat, it's in the E space. A flat, it's on the A space. D flat on the D line. And G flat on the G line. Now, even though this D flat is up here on this high D flat, this one, that flat is going to apply to any pitch that's D. So even this low one down here, it'll apply to that. It'll make it a flat. Or if we were to go, there's F, G, A, B, C, D. Even that high D flat, it would apply to that. Even E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Even that high D, it would flat it, okay? So that's the beauty of this key signature, is that it applies the sharps and flats, and you don't have to keep writing them out. It's kind of like a shortcut way, for instrumentalists to be able to read music, so they don't have to keep writing out. I mean, if you're writing a song in D flat major, that you're going to be writing flats on most of their notes. 5 of the 7 notes have flats. Okay, so now when you're ready to do a different key signature, again, you got to be in the new measure, and then you just go to measure, and now let's say it's, G major. Now the key signature changes. So this key signature applies to all of that, but then now everything forward would be this key signature. Or if it was 1 flat, right? Or if it was all 7 flats. Okay, so I think it's a fairly easy, straightforward assignment, but it's just one of these things that, I want to make sure that you are solid and comfortable on. And it's the kind of thing we won't keep doing this. We just need to do this once and then we move on. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, talk to me and let me know. Otherwise, bam, you are done.